come down here, and yep, there they go. We'll see if Matrick pulls what happened last week. Nope, they both got the, they both held down this time. He did not give away 15 seconds here. And we're starting off with a show flute.
And a Sword of Fire. So, in this flag set, they are guaranteed a sword. Sword of Fire, not doing a whole lot on its own, but it is a good weapon to start off with. Cover a couple of areas that they may get access to once they get that orb. Shell Flute itself, not super exciting either. That will summon the Dolphin once we get the Fog Lamp back to the old man. But right now, it's just going to sit there and increase the scaling, make monsters a little bit tougher to kill, and give a little bit more money.
Okay, we did have a $37 opening medicinal herbs and 67 fairly cheap warp boots back in Leave. Something they probably will be heading back for, but with that opening bankroll of only 100, it's going to be a little bit for them to get back there.
That is very true, and right now both runners are going to the only location that they can go to right now, which is Portoa. They're checking the shops here. Definitely seeing a couple things in there, like another medical herb spot, but otherwise nothing really worth noting here. And we'll see what we get after they use the statue glitch to get themselves into the back of the Queen's chamber. Come back and talk to the Queen, and they'll get an item here.
A fog lamp!
I promise
that's
you.
New.
I promise you, you wanted Trolley. My seeds are finally getting there. So, as I mentioned, fog lamp, old man, take a boat. We're going to talk to a random hobo named Kensu, and then we're going to be able to summon a dolphin.
It's a very irregular opening here, and it is probably going to take them. They're probably going to both get the Joel warp point, but our progression is in the probably in the waterway here.
It has to be at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Orb of Fire, and then from there go to Waterfall Cave.
Very likely, but that's going to mean a really early Evil Spirit Island as soon as that Sword of Wind drops there. No, that's an alarm flute.
So I hear you like fetch quests. Take this one and do another.
You see both of them warping back to the start. That is slightly vanilla behavior. That's the wild warp there. We only have it just where they can only warp back to the opening point. It used to be in the vanilla version where you could, how many points there were, but you could use the second controller to go all over the game there. Okay, yeah. Being corrected in chat, Axeman wrote the task, so yeah, both of these know exactly what they're doing with this game here. We're not really seeing really many opportunities for divergence. Both of them are hitting really easy enemies here to pick up a little bit of extra spending money, but I'm kind of interested to see where that early game divergence finally rears its head. There's the Orb of Fire. 3 key item checks later.
Well, I'll promise you that divergence is not happening now.
Yeah.
Ooh, getting bopped back by that tiger there.
Yep, and question from Steve. This is why does Dolphin care about Kensu? He doesn't really care so much about Kensu as he does the Fog Lamp turn-in and taking the boat out to the Angry Sea there. That is the trigger to, at least in these flags, to make the Dolphin available. Although I do note that we are getting our divergence here. Matrick heading over to Saber West. Axeman heading to Waterfall Cave.
So the number of checks here varies a little bit. In Waterfall Cave, you've got 3 that you can get using that sword there. Potentially 4 if you get the Flute of Lime. Matrick heading over to Saber West is going to be able to get 3 from the cave structure up here. 1 is locked behind either some type of boot or flight, and then the other one locked behind Tornado Bracelet, but he is going to also make his way over to the town and get a couple more checks out here as well.
Waterfall paying off immediately. We've got a Bow of Sun as the first treasure chest in there, so probably something Matrick's going to hit pretty quickly, but that's one of our 4 pieces of go mode right there.
Yep, that is super good. Not the personal favorite bow I'd like to see. I really want to see that truth first, just that way I can remove back a crypt from my mind, but a bow nonetheless, I'm happy to see.
Oh no, I totally want Crypt to be open for these two. I want Flight in the back of Go Fortress. Let's we don't want a jet seed here, right?
Oh no, it's I doubt it's gonna be a jet seed. I really doubt it, but yeah, these two are gonna have hopefully the biggest needle in the haystack we've ever seen.
Yeah, Steve actually pointing out there because they did have to go to Saber West. They did trigger the Leaf Abduction. Unfortunately, that means they can't buy warp boots there anymore until they defeat General Kelbesk up on Saber North, which they do not have access to. Axeman finding an insect flute in the Sword of Water spot. So, still no actual progression.
Matrick picking up his bow of sun now. Be happy to see that and keep trucking on.
The insect flute does open up a check, but you need the gas mask to put it actually in logic, or if you want to make like this Super Metroid in Lower Norfair, the swab does drain your health at about the same rate, honestly. Maybe a little faster, but nothing these two are really equipped for at the moment, so we're still looking for logic at this point. And we have the barrier spell as another very nice to have, but nothing that opens up any immediate progression here.
And Matrick got paralyzed, so he needs to get bodied and get poisoned here by one of the enemies, so that way he can get that open. Paralysis stopping the ability to charge your sword, which means he can't break any walls. So wow, there it is.
Looking for the mob to poison him there. I don't know how good he is on health, so I think he's going to be running straight to this treasure chest. He might have to bug out before finding that third treasure chest in this cave.
Yep. He actually, he's going to purposely get paralysis put back on him. He's going to
hold his sword charge.
Yep, he's gonna hold that charge so he can cross over to the other side. But man, 1 HP. It's a good thing Matrick knows what he's doing.
That is far more clenched than I like in any run like that. Meanwhile, Axeman is making his way to the lower part of Saber West here. So we're going to see that first check come up on the left side here real quick. And that's a Statue of Onyx. They do have access to Bryn Mawr, so that is one more fetch quest that they can turn in.
Don't get me wrong, I like seeing a good fetch quest, but right now this is pretty tame.
And there's another extremely nice to have. In vanilla, the power ring doubles your attack power. And here it's only a +8, but honestly, that +8 is extremely great to have no matter what still. They're going to kill things pretty quickly, and you see Axeman already breaking out the stab strategies on these guys with his newfound attack power.
Ooh, and Matrick taking to death there. Good tiger.
Oh yeah, well, that's the other thing that's going to hurt Matrick right now is with the Leaf Abduction done, there's no medicinal herbs, there's no inn. He's got to make it to Bryn Mawr for any kind of healing, or at least a level up at this point.
Axe finding change there at the top of Saber West, so he'll be able to use that to get around some areas there. So the question is, from here, where is he going?
I believe that Statue of Onyx is still our only real... Well, actually, I don't think... You know, I did check the grass. That's where Matrick found that
magic ring.
For the power at.
Oh yeah, for the power.
Has been checked, yep. Oh, no.
But the good thing there, he did make a checkpoint at the entrance of the cave, so he is going to be okay here for a moment. It's not a huge time loss for him, but these deaths are adding up.
So both will be finding themselves in Brimare about at the same time here. It's just that Axeman does have the turn-in that they need. And the question is, from here, where does it take them?
I'd have to imagine it's gas mask. Just make use of that insect
mask,
flute.
it's windmill key, could be flight.
You had to say it. You had to say it.
It felt like time, so flight is another piece of go mode there. That gives them that late game access. They don't really, well, they can cross the sea actually. They do have change, so the game is open now. But he is going to make the free check over to Amazons after deciding that's slightly expensive warp boots there. And you just heard Matrick actually there. Anytime you hear that little tink sound, it does mean the monster you are fighting is not vulnerable to the sword, but it still does 1 damage. And real quick, Axeman did find that ball of wind in the Amazon's basement there. But yes,
right
anytime
now,
you tink with that Ox 33, you'd still do 1 damage, so you can kill anything with the wrong sword. You just have to be patient enough.
And Matrick right now, picking up his statue, probably going to finish out the checks there, and then follow in Axe's footsteps here. Axe flew up the sea here, make his way into Swan, and now he's going to transform before your very eyes into a Dragonian Empire Guard, and make his way right through here, right through the checkpoint, make his way right up to Goa, get that checkpoint. Where do you think he's going to go? Do you think he's going to go for Pyramid, or is he going to go for back of Goa?
No, I haven't seen Axeman play as nearly as much as I have Matrick. I would imagine Matrick would run straight for Pyramid. I could see him possibly going, and it looks like he's kind of veering over to the, he's going to the Oasis Cave in the back of Goa here.
I like this play a little better just because they are very limited in terms of options. They're limited on what they've gotten for kills so far for Warp Boots. That's a broken statue pickup. Combined with the glowing lamp, that'll be another turn-in for them back in the C section.
We do not have the information on what that check is, as we do not have a Sword of Water to check it with.
Mimic number 1. It has begun, chat. The Mimic percent has started.
Now, the one thing this early in Seeds, especially as we did see Axe stop to kill that Mimic, is he got about 450 cash off of that one, so honestly, I love seeing them early just for the fact that they're profits. Got a further repun off the second one, so nothing great so far yet. But we do have about 5 more checks going in the back. Matrick is catching up, going straight to that Joel point and flying across. So we're going to see if he sticks to his own plays and heads to that pyramid.
Mimic number 2, and he's going to definitely kill it here, because again, that's going to be good money.
Yeah, honestly, I love finding a Mimic, like, right next to, like, the Tornell pot and North Saber, where I can just, like, farm up, like, 2,000 money real fast, and hopefully not have problems with the rest of the seed.
Yeah, that is definitely a nice thing about Mimics. Once you leave the area and come back, by changing the map there, changing the zone, you'll actually get that Mimic to respawn, so you can kill that and pick up some more money there. It's a nice strat to make use of any shop very easy.
So, Axeman about to give us what these 5 chests are. Never mind.
He was.
Yeah, never mind. Matrick finding the Sword of Wind off Dio, so both of them finding a sword here, and honestly, I'd probably be a little more hyped about that Sword of Wind. Now, mind you, we know he doesn't have that, orb yet, because we know that's in the Amazon's basement, but, and X-Men actually give us a check on armor there. I know he spent some money, I don't see if he bought any of it yet.
I think he bought some consumables there. I know he did stop in. He saw the ceramic set there.
Battle armor, Steve, was a Fruit of Repun.
Magic found Mimic number 3.
Only a consumable on the first chest of Hydra there.
And Axe does not want to take the time to go up there and check the second, so he's going to go back and probably just go right back into Goa otherwise.
Patrick with a very fast Dragon 1, resulting in an antidote.
Now, Telepathy is a pretty decent pickup because that is one of the 2 items needed here. Well, spells in this case, to get access to Saber North to get those villagers back in Leaf. So that also opens up a slew of checks with it.
So, X-Men heading back up to Goa Fortress here. Gonna see what exactly are in those other 4 chests.
I'm curious, since we know that you can use Flight and they've got Barrier, do you think they're going to do Carmine with just Sword?
Oh, Sword of Thunder with these 2? Yeah, I absolutely think they're going to, and I think X-Men's going straight there right now.
That he is, so this is super exciting. Technically considered a sequence break here in terms of the logic. You're supposed to have the Ball of Thunder to logically do this fight, but both these runners are very experienced with this, and they'll definitely have no issues here doing that. Good dodge by Axe at the last second. If that swirling attack hit him, he would have turned into a slime, and he already threw away at least one. I don't know if that's the second one there or a Fruit of Power, but his only way to cure that.
And a Mirrored Shield, so we do have an equipable there. I think he just threw away the Fruit of Repun after that. That said, yeah, he didn't only go for that fight, he just went to stab that fight.
Alright, Tornado Bracelet, so they've got a max damage sword now. They can also go back and turn that in on Saber West, but I feel like they will put that off for a very long time.
2 opal statues up on Carmine's floor there, so they have 2 reses if they should need them. The 4th Mimic also up here.
I'm happy about this. Alright, so we got a ball of water out of the last option there, so no further descent. And they don't have the sword. Well, we know where the sword is. We know where the ball is. They could, technically, once they find that Orb of Thunder.
About to get Sword of Thundered here. Yep, there he goes.
Bye-bye, Matrick. Alright, while Matrick's over there in Chiron, making his way off towards Hydra, Axe is heading to the pyramid himself to get some action there.
I almost for a second there thought he was going to skip Dio and that Sword of Wind there. Gotta be happy to see that.
Well, for sure. Like you said, now he's got that full power utilization there with the bracelet, so he's got to be a happy camper.
The question is, that's Windmill Cave, that's Fog Lamp, that's Carissa, and most importantly, that's Evil Spirit Island. Where does he go first?
I would say ESI. Matrick did just pick up the flame bracelet as well, so that was the item that was over there. Interesting.
Also getting paralysis as the first check. They're taking a warp to... Okay, he's using that to go back to Goa there.
Cappy29 asking, how long does the average rando last for this game? Depending on the flags, you can kind of tailor it. But for the Swiss flag set here, we've had races as fast as, I believe, at least on the stream, 36 minutes. And then I think the longest race was an hour and 20 minutes, I believe, is the longest. But I would say typically anywhere from 45 to an hour and a half would be a fair statement of most flag sets for this game.
And we're about to see just how fast a Dragon dies to a level 3 sword and power ring here.
I hope nobody blinks.
Axeman dropping a consumable, knowing he was full, just in case Azteca there was going to hand another one over. Going to the front door, triggering the Shiren Massacre. Doesn't really have a Sword of Water to fight that Mado with at all.
Nope, Matrick. I'm pretty sure he has barrier, showing off his flight trick here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he did pop his opal there. He's just gonna keep going here using those iframes.
Oh no,
he got slimed, and he's got the fruit still, so he's okay. Only thing that can get rid of slime status there is that fruit of repun. I think he may actually be holding both of them.
He could be, actually.
I saw at least one, and I think it was the left item, so I think he's got two.
Well, he's through, and it looks like Axeman has chosen Fog Lamp Cave as the first place to go.
Can't blame him here on that. We've got 4 items in here, 3 of which are pretty quick, and the 4th is in the... Alright, looks like it'll come back here in just a moment.
Okay, sorry about the minor technical issues there. We're doing a little bit of catch-up. Now, Matrick did pick up the ball of wind from that treasure trove up there, so he does also have the ability to knock down these rock walls. Looks like he is also making the play to Fog Lamp Cave. I did not see that second treasure chest there.
That was the 3rd opal, so all opals have been located. So that's good information for the players to have. Will also mean that, you know, Axe is going to have those sitting in his inventory, so he won't be able to get as much magic rings or as much healing, but when you've got 3 opals, you're pretty happy anyway.
Yeah. You don't feel bad about that burning that first one. 3rd chest was a magic ring that I saw there. So, heavy on consumables, light on progression in here so far.
Actually, Matrix in Carissa.
Oh, that's Carissa Plant Cave, okay. That's a glowing lamp, which means we do have the statue. And I could see him with that. I could see that taking him straight over to, straight to Evil Spirit Island, honestly, or at least the Angry Sea there.
Axeman, meanwhile, finding the Sword of Water in the back of the cave, so that's super good. And Matrick is doing another trick here, popping the opal. Again, he's gonna get shoved to the side. He's actually gonna reset out of that so he can keep his opal. Yep. So
showing us a logic break.
yep, he's gonna use flight to get over there past Rage so he can get the 2 checks later. Axeman, meanwhile, showing us that it is the he
is the flame bracelet.
It's the flame bracelet, which means that yeah, Magic should only have the orb then.
It does also announce, because Battle Magic is on now, that Evil Spirit Island and that Sabera 2 fight is completely in logic now.
I would not be surprised if Axe went right over there, especially knowing what he checked here. He is going to miss out on the glowing lamp, so he won't be able to do the statue there, but I think he's going to be okay with that. Magic, meanwhile, will show us what that is, and we'll find out what that is. Bow of Truth and Battle. Okay, so she's going to give you the Bow of Truth, and if you calm the seas, you're going to get battle armor. So, Matrick, doing that sequence break, is keeping up because he is going to get the Bow of Truth. But, unfortunately, the battle armor is not going to do too terribly much. We'll give him status immunity, though, so he may go pick that up anyway.
It's going to give him a decent chunk of physical defense, but both these runners, honestly, could probably run this game armorless at this point, so... Now, he is turning around. He might be headed straight to Fog Lamp Cave, which is the sort of water play.
Yeah, I think he's hesitating because he knows that he sequence broke to get that.
Axe finding us our 6th Mimic in Evil Spirit Island. We are halfway to Mimic percent.
It's my happy, fun little category where you find all the Mimics and you win the game.
Of course, that makes me wonder there. I must have missed the first, or was that the 3rd opal that Matrick found in Carissa Plant Cave now?
I unfortunately missed the first item in Carissa Plant as well.
Okay.
We may get it back here when Axe finds it.
Mimic 7 in the waterway there with a magic ring. Nope, that was the 3rd opal. That's right. So Matrick is a little bit behind. Axeman's the one treading mostly new ground here. Not an insurmountable. 2 bows though. If the moment that next bow is found, they will. Now did Axeman just skip a chest? Tell me, go back for it.
Yeah. Oh man. So we have full logical Goa Fortress access because of that Blizzard bracelet.
If we had a way of breaking iron walls.
That is true. We do need that. That is the one thing we need.
Of course, with that Blizzard bracelet, we know it could be on Meta 1 now.
Oh, Cornell actually makes a good point. So Axe didn't skip it. He made a checkpoint in case it was garbage to keep his scaling down.
Yeah.
So that way he could reset. That was really smart. Good call there. Butterflies doing their jobs. Flyers in any game are pesky and just busted another opal off of Axe. He just reset because obviously he wants to keep that opal. Only finding a medical herb on the left side.
So the question is, well, actually they can't get to Windmill Cave now that I think about it because neither of them do have a Windmill Key.
There's Matrick picking up his Sword of Water now.
Getting the good news that he is back in logic, at least. There's the Windmill Key off of Vampire 2, so the minute I say that, that check is now open again.
Ask and ye shall receive. Butterfly, again, doing its job, busting off that opal. Axe is down to 1 opal. I believe Matrick still has 1 left as well.
And there it went.
And there it went. He's going to reset out of that.
Hey, come on, Magic. You used that one to glitch in there. You knew that bird was coming.
It's a barrier here being weak to fire. It's going to immediately do some stab strats from behind, put on that barrier for safety afterwards, and here we go.
And then the power ring, I say it, she shouldn't last very long there. Shield ring, great for shield defense, not so much for the progression they're wanting, because we are just in simple bow hunt mode. Clark only handing over consumable. And I think Axe is heading towards the 6 checks in Windmill Cave now.
I would definitely agree with that for sure. It's our essentially next largest density check here, and he's really just trying to find that ball of thunder so he can make his way all throughout Goa. Tornell makes a good point. Hydra is available.
Yeah, Hydra.
We know that Matrick checked 2 of the locations up there. Actually, did only check 1, if memory serves. He only got that first chest there. He didn't get the second one.
Axeman making the play of opening up the Windmill Cave, and then actually, we did find in time that it was faster to take the Wild Warp back to start and get in there. There's the recover spell.
I love it. They're stuck on Thunder 1. They get the flail guys that are only vulnerable to Thunder. I love it. Give me more, game.
I mean, at this point, more for me would just be, you know, about 80 billion of those mosquitoes that just spew around paralysis clouds. Even with that recover spell, it is about 20-some a shot, so... there's the speed boots.
Just slap those on immediately and just make his way around like some blue hedgehog we all know.
That was the Flute of Lime. That puts that one orphan check in Waterfall Cave up for grabs. That's the 8th Mimic in that spot up there. And got a magic ring, so well, we got 2 more checks in here still.
Yeah, who knows? He could find Mimic 9.
Yeah. True. And I lost my train of thought there for a moment.
Well, Axeman finishes up Windmill Cave here. Matrick is making his way up the tower in Evil Spirit Island, the fortress there. He's going to be disappointed when he finds the medical herb on the left. Axeman being disappointed finding another fruit of Repun.
And not being able to reset out of burning that opal, so I don't know if he has any more there. They are playing rather fast and loose with them there.
Matrick's been resetting and actually saving it. He still has 2 opals, where Axe only has the 1.
Well, there's a gas mask to go around with our telepathy.
Couple more checks there.
French vanilla there.
Gonna make a quick pit stop here, probably stock up on some warp boots. And then from there, definitely making his way over to Orc for sure.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
see any reason for him to not to.
I definitely would with you in the neighborhood there.
Yep, it's 3 checks, it's right there. The big question on my mind is he actually bought platinum armor? Okay. That's something you don't normally see runners do. He's probably just valuing that he's at a high scaling right now. Even though his level is fair, he's just gonna value that for the extra speed with his speed boots.
Oh yeah, 30 scaling hits with without any kind of armor hurts. We do know that he does need to go into Carissa Plant to get one of the 2 armors that can be dropped. The battle armor, the psycho armor, still elsewhere. So I could see that play saying I want a little bit more durability here.
Yep, I can respect that. Gonna use up the insect fluid here. There you go. Got so many fluids in your inventory, don't know which is which. Just gotta take that second route.
Yeah, I thought that Vanilla always put the shell fluid in first.
I couldn't tell you. Unfortunately, only getting a consumable here. It is a fruit of power. So nice MP restore. Something definitely happy to see, but not right now when you want that bow. Viewers were loving it though.
Oh, that's interesting. Metric doing a play here, hitting the windmill key, warping straight to Brynmare, going to hit the cave from the back. Which is an interesting strategy, but one I can actually get behind, because that's going to be a much faster get back into it if it wasn't for purchasing a few items, but he did need the healing there.
It's definitely faster, but that being said, since he's going to be clearing from back to front, he just realized he had to go in and actually get the trigger first for that to open.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta wait for it to open. If not, then you don't get the benefit of it. So it's a little unfortunate, but it's okay. It is worth noting, if he actually did go through the front, it would be faster, because in the back is where you're going to get the mask there. So, oh, look at that. X-Man is going to value his warp boots and not warp back to Leaf after this. So he's actually going to do this fight vanilla. He's going to lose a couple times here, just to make it easier.
It's totally teleport what he's going to get here.
You think?
Maybe that's my sense of irony there.
It could be. It could be Ball of Thunder. We could send them down this hole. We've had 37 minutes.
True. Nope, just some more boots.
Well, you did say teleport and irony, so that's the most irony I can think of. And Axe is definitely now going to go turn in that tornado bracelet check. So, very happy to see him do this, since he's right in the area, making good routing decisions here on the fly.
Kind of interesting, because we have seen those oak checks. I don't know if Matrick does that, or I know he is. Oh, we did not check Vanilla Tornado Bracelet either, but I know he does like that Hydra check.
I definitely like that Hydra check right now too, but since you've got a higher chance of getting a bow here, Axe was here, I definitely like this play for sure. Mimic!
That's 9.
Now he's gonna go check the real turn-in for the Tornado Bracelet, the first one being the Vanilla location there, which yielded us our 9th Mimic. Very happy to see that. Meanwhile, Matrick is fighting Vampire here. Finishing off the Vampire 1 fight, we'll get his gas mask and realize, oh, entering from the back would have been a bad idea. Living on a thread there. Matrick loves to keep us entertained.
I'd say I love running against him. That is kind of the thing, because I definitely play a lot safer, slower as a result, but... Yeah, he is definitely not afraid of low health in these type of situations. Looks like he's going to Amazon's, gonna pick up that Tornado Bracelet.
Nope, he's gonna be super happy. At this point, Hydra.
Yeah, Axe looks like he's going to, that's probably Carisa's plant cave, or cave plant check there, so gonna get that glowing lamp. Which is going to give Matrix some time back, because we know that's battle armor.
Oh, and taking an axe to the face, instantly resetting out of there because he did make that safety save.
I say taking an axe to the face, but also telling us that he's out of opals.
It happened so fast he might have actually reset before it triggered because the audio cut.
It looked like it was doing a death fade out there, but it could be.
That is true. We can definitely hope, because that'll definitely make this a lot tighter of a race.
It was only a medical herb, the first chest there in Carista Plant Cave, so they didn't miss anything there. Torno handing over a sacred shield. And it looks like Matrix is gonna make the O checks here.
I think he's going to probably be disappointed with that. He knows it's the right play to do. He knows he's in the area for the routing. He can pick up more warp boots. The big question is, Axe going to... Yep, Chiron.
Is it on Mado 1?
That is the question. So, let's find out. If you thought ninjas are cool and pinball wizards are cool, let me introduce you to Mado 1. He's not my friend, but he's a ninja cannonball, and I like to think he's also a pinball wizard.
And he does have a vanilla orb of thunder.
That is crazy. Looks like he's gonna do the back play here with that, so that way he can get the vanilla power ring location as well. Yeah, at this point, it's 100% Goa for the play, if that's what you're getting. I wouldn't check anything else. It just feels odd that they both avoided Hydra for so long.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna make this
we know 2 checks.
if it's still on Hydra here, but...
Yeah, like, it's gonna bug me until we get those checks. On the plus side, though, there's so many opportunities for Mimics in Goa Fortress, so I'm okay with this play.
Of course, we do know what it would be even better is if it is not on Hydra, and if it was not in Goa Fortress.
But in Saber North?
That's what I was thinking there, although we did not find Stixie either. That's a Storm Bracelet there in the power ring spot, so we're maxed out on weaponry. Combat is not really going to be too bad of a thing here.
Yeah, so our runners are definitely going to have their comfort options for whatever they want, be it the lag storm strats or the fire charge strats here. They're going to have anything that they want when they get to the end game going up the fortress. Combat at this point for them should be pretty trivial. If they get the warrior ring at this point, it would just be extra speed leveling for kills.
Now, Matrick also taking a few intentional L's to Stom here. Has only 1 warp boots in his inventory, not realizing that the irony that there will be another warp boots immediately after. We also don't have that ivory statue, so no curing Kensu just yet. Oh yeah, Axe is at level 11. That's usually where most players are comfortable. After the fact, Matrick going to Chiron, gonna... Oh, no, he left... Oh, he hasn't triggered the, Oh, he doesn't have the might for the end either. So, likely going to be showing us Saber North here, because we know that the orb and, we know that none of the progressive upgrades to Thunder can be there. I think he's just really possibly hoping for like Cave to Stixie here. Or Key to Stixie. Or the bow, of course, but
it's definitely possible. I'm happy to see these checks getting done. Meanwhile, Axe is setting up here for mid-02. So if you thought the Ninja Cannonball Wizard was cool, watch him go much faster.
gets through him, no problem. While Metric finds some rabbit boots. And while Axeman finds a Carissa plant, so he finds a fetch quest.
So it's Boa Moon, right?
I know, right?
What about that vanilla spot?
Oh, yeah, that is the vanilla bow of moon there, so, that's a very good question. We're running well out of, I know it wasn't a bow, but I did not see what Axe got there. I think it was consumable.
Magic ring. It was a magic ring there. I'm getting props for the seed in chat, so thank you for that, Tornell. As Axe does find the eyeglasses, so another fetch quest, because we do have the alarm flute to turn in. Man, I'm so glad with this seed. Maybe Matrix's power of making troll seeds rubbed off on me. Refresh at the top there, the Vanilla Boa Sun location. Matrix gonna be a little happy to see that and sad at the same time, because it's not what he wanted.
Matrick, not having means of teleportation, did not see that second item, or that last item in there before that, one on top there, so not sure. Got another consumable that Axe just missed there, or has way too many things in his inventory for. Mimic 10 there.
Yes! I am so happy.
Question in chat, how far along are we? We are pretty far into the seed, the scaling 34 to 35, so not many checks left in the game. We're on a hunt for the Bow of Moon, wherever it may be here. Another consumable. So I believe that rules out Mado's floor now.
That is correct. He's going to head down to Sabera's floor here, set up for that fight. And then he's going to be able to get the 3 checks from here. Hopefully not finding a bow here. Hopefully finding Love Pendant for another fetch quest turn-in.
Matrick going to that statue of gold. Maybe like, I'm at 34 scaling. I want some armor.
It's quite possible that he did forget, too. I know a lot of runners after checking everything else. Forget that.
I was about to say, I didn't know if you could fly down the waterfall, or swim down the waterfall there. Yep. He definitely can.
Yep, Dolphin can swim down, cannot swim up, unfortunately. He is cool, and he's our favorite little animal mascot, but unfortunately isn't cool enough to swim up waterfalls. Someone finds that trick, let me know, it'd be amazing. Axe finding another consumable, 2 checks left, behind this iron wall. What are we gonna see? I'm excited, be a mimic.
It's the key to Stixie!
I'm okay with this! It's more checks! It's more checks!
So I believe Matrick is actually down to tripping the Shiren Massacre, and Mado 1 is a last possible here.
You know what I just realized? I want Kelbesk 2 to have Ivory Statue.
That's a consumable. Sabera's floor is off the table here. So we only have Kelbesk as the last possibility of the bow being in Goa Fortress.
Please, Kelbesk, serve me well. The key to prison.
It's the magic ring.
It's just as good.
X-Men heading to Sahara. Oh, knows that he can buy some warp boots there, I guess.
Yep, it's definitely the place to stock up. It's one of the few places to still get some warp boots at a fairly okay price. So now, we're going up Hydra. We should see that Stixie play.
he does have the Carissa plant in his pocket still. Does have the eyeglasses in his pocket still.
It's Fetch Questorama time. Here we go.
But looks
Hydra!
like the Stixie and Hydra play is going to be where Axeman's going. Matrick has the orb. Kinda in a cash crunch here.
That's kind of been his thing for the whole seed here a little bit. He didn't really take the time to kill any mimics. He found them and he dipped.
Yeah.
So that is kind of the thing that Axe did. I think he killed a total of 3 mimics across the seed so far. So that definitely helped him a lot there.
Yep. Matrick going for the front door.
Axe is checking the higher part here. 6 items in Stixie. Gonna be hopefully finding us some more mimics.
Oh, there's only 2 left, right?
He has so many key items, he had to actually discard so it would go to the back of the stack there to use. That's gotta hurt, because they've had... Here's the bigger thing. How long have they had the Flute of Lime that neither runner has gone and checked that?
I don't know. There's the Warrior Ring. A little late for that, but not terrible. License Plant, Dio's Pendant. So nothing doing in the right half of Stixie here. Going to the axe chest here, finding a medical herb. Something weird about seeing Axe grab his own chest there.
I don't know, I think it's better than him forgetting it, which is why he got the name. So.
True. Mimic 11 is the Sword of Thunder chest. We're one away.
You can do it. You can do it. Right now.
And a Psycho Shield as the last time in Stixie. So Stixie does not have our bow. Going back to Amazons here.
This unfortunately does have a pretty good chance of being that, and he is stocking up on warp boots just in case it's not.
Come on, key to prison.
Give us key to prison. Give us a consumable.
Oh, it's a vanilla bow of moon. Axeman at about 5237 has hit go mode. We also did not have the ivory statue, so Brokahana was not in there. But Axeman, level 12, got a power ring, got all the bracelets, got all the bows. Yeah, he's waiting for nothing here. He's going straight to the tower. The only thing I know that Axe doesn't have right now is healing.
That is true. He doesn't have any opals. I think he has 1 medical herb, a ton of magic rings, and barrier. It might be an antidote.
Yeah, I think you're going to be seeing a lot of Lag Storm in the tower here.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's 0 reason for him not to. He may... I don't know, with the time he's got, I don't think he's gonna check, but I think he may consider checking 1 chest, just to see if he can get refreshed. We know it won't be there, however, but it doesn't look like he's going for it at all. He's just flying up the tower. He wants that solid time. He could... Honestly, there could just be a lot of pressure here on this.
Yes, Mr. Spokes, Rillis does give the Bow of Moon out as the prize for the Carissa plant, so we absolutely had a vanilla Bow of Moon there. So we do know Mado 2 is the last check Matrick is going to have here. Gonna hope Axe gets a little bit bodied here, because this is definitely Axeman's race to lose here.
Not getting a good pattern on the Dragon fight here. He is using the Lag Storm, so if any of our viewers are light sensitive, there was going to be a lot of flashing lights on his screen, so please look away at this time. We will let you know what's going on. Dragon did open his core, so that's the only time he's vulnerable, and Axeman just let fly 2 storms, getting a pretty decent pattern here. And afterwards, getting a nice level 2 charge to put Dragon 2 to rest. So he will be entering the tower here in just a moment.
Matrick breaking an Opal on Mado 2.
Honestly, the place most runners will break it, especially getting it to it.
Yeah.
This end, this scaling, I'd be okay breaking that. All right, Matrick, where are you gonna go?
He's heading for Stixie.
I can't blame him. It's the logical play. I really can't blame him.
I mean, X went there too, but yeah, you see X is breaking out the Sword of Thunder early and often here. The Madman is going for stab barrier strats on this, though, has no way to heal himself, no psycho armor or anything.
Honestly, with what he's got in terms of magic, it makes perfect sense that he's gonna do that for at least the copper robots there. Going for it with the whites there, going for it on the whites there. That's just him showing off.
And XDS32, yes, the bows are in the original game. I mean, you don't obviously fire them in anything, but yeah, they are definitely required for go mode, just as they are here. Meanwhile, X-Men thoroughly obliterating this tower. Gotta be a little careful here. Or not.
Nope, he doesn't need to. I mean, he's got all the MP in the world. He's gonna make his way up there. He's going to put the 4 swords together, form the Crystalis, and then make his way to the final fight with Dinah.
Matrick taking the Wild War back to Leaf. Where's he going?
Full reset on MP here. He's gonna go right up.
Then again, it's possibly the whole I have no warp boots and I was in the back of somewhere I didn't want to be. And that's a Dyna kill, waiting for the last to come out here. And with an official SRL time of 58 minutes and 14 seconds, Axeman has won the race. Oh, Matrick was going for Vanilla Tornado Bracelet there. Actually, we'll be in the Amazon's area, so could take this into it, turn in this Carissa plant for that Vanilla Bow here. Does actually look like exactly what's going on. Although, I think the question on these two mines is, did anybody ever get teleport? And I think we're gonna try to get him in for an interview here in just a little bit.
Unfortunately, no. Neither of them did. It's the one spell that they are missing. And Matrick is checking that Vanilla Bow of the Moon location. We'll be very happy to see that that is his bow. That is go mode. He's going to make his way over to Sahara there.
After he farms up some more poop money. Might actually want a few more levels. 9 at 43 scaling is, I mean, he's totally capable of it. But Even 10 at 43 scaling is slightly rough. That said, with actually he never did get that storm bracelet off of power ring spot, so I would guess you're going to be seeing a lot of Fire 3 slots here.
That is definitely true. And in the booth with us now, we do have Axeman. Congratulations, Axe, on winning the race, and GG.
Oh, thanks. Oh,
So,
man, okay.
we gotta ask, just first, overall thoughts of the seed. How did it feel?
It felt interesting. It felt pretty good too. I mean, mostly like it wasn't a short one for sure. And I figured that would advantage me.
It kind of did, because one of the main things coming in late here is you actually took the time to take down a few of the early mimics, which Matrick kind of skipped.
Ooh, I thought that would help, yeah.
And he was definitely in a crunch late game for Warp Boots money.
Well, I kind of was too. I mean, I happened, I was out of Warp Boots and I realized, oh wait, I just got the after finishing Goa, and I had the windmill key, and I was kind of, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to do the windmill cave. It was kind of lucky that way.
It was one of the better plays you had at the time, but...
Yeah. I mean, it sort of worked out that way, but, yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely nice being able to go back there at your scaling and then still be able to get all the currency from the enemy drops there. I remember you killed about 5 things on your way to the cave and just got all the extra goodies there, so that definitely helped out. That was kind of the big thing too, just you even got the Psycho Shield sold off your other shield for more money, just to make sure that you were supplied enough to get around through the steed and things like that.
I was a little scared about the end there, because I had a lot of fetch quests to do, and I didn't have teleport, and Warp Boots were really expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't see the final cost of them, but I believe they were both well over 1,000 at that point. Well, we did see that it was you were capable of farming it up at any time there. That was just time that neither of you really wanted to spend, just because I'm sure both of you at that point, it's hard to think, with the caliber of runners you both are, that you have a huge lead at any point in time. And then, of course, I'm like, well, he's got no healing, he's got to play this tower fairly safe, and he says that, and here's Axeman stabbing robots in the tower, so...
I had barrier, that's safe enough, right?
Yeah, it is, yes.
No, it's all about the practice,
It definitely paid off. Your refresh, by the way, was on the top of Hydra.
Ah, okay. That was close on the list, and it was kind of like... No, okay, so I went to do Meta 1, and then I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to do Meta 1, and then I'm going to go Hydra. But Meta 1 had the vanilla orb, so I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to Goa right now.
Yeah, it was the last location, but, I mean, the good thing is, I mean, you definitely, you went wire to wire on this one. For most of it, like, I know he took a few early deaths. He kind of put himself in a bad spot with health and getting the Bryn Mare. Oh no, and he just took a death in the tower.
Oh no! I do, Matrick, he takes the risks, and sometimes it doesn't pay off.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean, after that, you had the lead, and you did not let go of that lead. Because there was some minor divergence, but I mean, to be fair, most of what you guys went through, the routing was barely the same almost.
Now, does he have lag storm? Did he miss it?
No,
He
so
missed it.
he did not go back and check power ring spot to get it.
Oh.
I mean, I know my name's on that treasure chest, and he didn't need it, so I can't really hand it off, but... Now, I'm wondering if he thought he still had one of his opals there, because you found all three of those really fast, and
I know. And I
burned
used
through them almost just as fast as well.
They're pretty useful, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I guess if you've got the confidence, then it's kind of like, okay, if I use my opal, I'm going to save like a minute here. How much? And then, you know, I'll just play safer later, you know? Sure.
There he is. Now he's going for that refresh there.
And staying at level 10 is sort of gutsy too.
Yeah, he was actually, like, right before he went there, he was level 9, he picked up level 10, grinding up that last bit of money to get the warp back to Sahara, but... Yeah, he was definitely, Yeah, now, yeah, he pretty much played exactly like he normally plays, which... He was just good, but I mean, yeah, you just...
It didn't pay off on this one, huh?
And, just a little too much on the risk,
Huh.
It is also worth noting, too, in the Divergence, you actually went to the back of Foglamp Cave, and did find the Sword of Water. About that time, I believe Matcher checked Crystalis Plant Cave, and then warped back. He wild warped out of there. And then both of you high-fived at Rage. He actually got a bird glitch in through the door to do Rage skip, and you came in the vanilla way. And we're both like, what if the bow was on Rage?
Wow.
And we thought that for a moment, and then both of you like were literally like neck and neck together in that middle split. You got the bow of truth, and then went your separate ways. And I'm just like, huh. I wonder if it's going to ever pace him in the back of his mind. If it's on Rage, what's he going to do? He did eventually go back and check that spot on one of his Wild Warp routes, making his way over to Portoa. Realizing that he doesn't have enough MP, he is going to have to kill the side turrets here just to make sure that he can be safe.
You can totally do it with 70 MP. You just have to turn off your barrier in between the shots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's giving us the full experience here. So with both turrets down, the rest of the fight is down. Down goes Dinah, and in second place with an official SRL time of 108.29 is Matrick, and we will see if we can get him in here as well.
All right, and joining us in the booth is Matrick. Matrick, good race. GG.
Yeah, GG, Axe. You ran a good race, dude. That was a really difficult team to get around.
Thanks, GG yourself.
Yeah, we made that mention there real quick that one of the biggest thing was nobody had any money for warp boots usually at any time, and one of the things is Axe did kill a couple mimics and did have a little bit more of a war chest there going forward.
Yeah, and you know, the game, as far as consumables was concerned, didn't really fork over any warp boots. And teleport was God only knows where. I mean, there were a couple of locations I had left. There wasn't much left.
It had to be at Saber North, Eyeglasses, or...
Love Pendant.
Love Pendant, yeah.
Or I guess the Crypt, too. I didn't check there. But yeah, I mean, I had 43 key items. There wasn't much out. It was a tough seed to get around. And speed boots were deep. They were deep.
So what I'm hearing is Gozen rolled a really good seed.
He rolled one that was prohibitive in getting around the world. That's what he rolled. I mean, as far as where the items were, like the monster set wasn't particularly difficult. The number of like items that it gave you were not particularly, like special. It actually, for a lot of it, was pretty linear. There wasn't really a lot of choice. It was you go here, you go there. And it just kind of went this flip-flop back and forth between Cordell Plains and Portoa and Cordell Plains and Portoa until flight happened. And then it was like, oh, okay, well, now we have access.
I will say that's one of the first runs. I never get the shell flute fog lamp start ever.
It didn't do anything.
That was definitely, yeah.
I mean, it was like, hey, cool, this might be interesting. And then it led to nothing. It was get your extra item there in the channel and then forget the thing even existed. Now, I went out of my way to use it a couple times just to conserve mana when I was going on the ocean. But yeah, it would really, you didn't need it at all.
Yeah, I was really hoping for... I mean, I really would have loved to see that opening sword be a Sword of Wind and take you there. And that Sword of Thunder was just in a kind of troll spot as well.
Yeah, I mean, it just was a vanilla Bow of Moon.
Yeah.
And I didn't have access to it until really late. And by the time that I did have access to it, because I had no warp boots, I had no way to get around the map. I was like, I'm going to stay on this side and finish clearing this side before I go back. And
oh yeah, you last... I'm pretty sure you last location to Tomato 1.
Yeah, I had nothing left to do. I mean, I couldn't get around the map. It was like if I wild warped back and I had to go back to the other side, it was like, oh, this is going to be
especially with the Leaf kidnapping active, yeah.
Well, see, and that's where the cheap boots were, too. It was like, hey, 68 gold for a pair of boots, but then the game forced you through Saber on the backside right away, so Leaf was gone.
Wow.
And nobody ever found the key to the prison, so it had to be probably on those eyeglasses or... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so the reason why I ended up in Amazons was because I was kind of like, okay, I've got one warp boots left. I've got to go somewhere. Can I go somewhere where I've got to check and I can buy warp boots? And I was kind of like, okay, Amazons, get the queen and buy some warp boots.
Yeah, and that was one of the, like the small divergences that really kind of, there weren't very many because, like you said, it was a fairly linear seed. But yeah, that was one of the big things because that got you into like the fog lamp and all that stuff a little bit faster.
After I got my Bow of Moon, I had to go farm.
Yeah, I saw that.
I had no way to get off to the other side of the map. I wasn't farming experience. I needed cash. Where was JG Wentworth when you need him, man? I need some cash now.
He was in the prison. He got taken from Leaf.
He's got a point. He was probably in there.
I don't know. Well, Axe deserves the win. That seed, getting around the map was tough. He made the right decisions, and you deserve the win. Good job.
Well, I'd ask if you had any other thoughts on the seed, but I think you got most of them there. That said, I mean, it was definitely like you had like all the opals early. You had all the combat early. It was one of those things where it was just getting there.
Yeah, there's no way to get around. But hey, you know what? I made use of just about everything. Oh, and that death in the tower, by the way, you can thank my younger son for that, for being the greatest distraction ever in the tower. I was so mad when I died there. Because I'm going like, dude, what are you doing? I'm getting mad at him, and then I get blasted in the tower. I was like, oh, all right, well, it's already over anyway. It didn't matter. All right, well, GG, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we know where... and thank you for both the runners and my co-commentator, Gogan. Gozen kind of... I can't talk today.
Gogan!
Yeah. Do you know where we're sending everybody to here?
It is going to be auto-hosted out of here. After that, there's nothing else scheduled tonight on the primary Speed Gaming channel here, but there are plenty of other great events going on, including the Link to the Past Randomizer 2019 tournament, as well as the FFR Weekly is currently happening. on the various channels here on Speed Gaming 3, 4, and I believe that one is not listed as scheduled right now, so I'm not sure which other match is being streamed. But that being said, we will be back tomorrow with some more races for you here. We actually have a doubleheader for tomorrow at 7 p.m. We've got Cross Product versus Demarine, and then at 8:30 we've got my co-commentator here, Night Dew, against PMA KFAL. So 2 great races to look forward to tomorrow for some more Crystalis randomizer action.
Be absolutely fun to see you all there, and we hope we don't get get an early teleport in our run. Just that.
Joke's on you, I'm making your seeds now.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have yours rather than take Matrix Revenge for this one, so... Alright, but with that, I think we're about done here.
All right, and once again, thank you everybody for coming out and being here. Thank you, Speed Gaming, for hosting this event for us and allowing us to be streamed on your channel. We do greatly appreciate that. Thank you again, runners, Axeman, and Matrick, for putting on a great show for us tonight. And Tornell, thank you again for tracking. I hope to see everyone back here tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, and take care, guys.
Good night, everybody.